morning, Red CPAC. This is John Anfinio. May I be of service to you?
Oh, is this John Anfinio?
Yes, it is.
Hey, John Redding calling out of Phoenix. Hey, real quick, I was trying to get a hold of your boss and commend him again for the response that you got back to me from being remote. Have you came to any conclusion on this thing about the zero balance and all this stuff with the, have you worked on it yet?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for you to call me on so we can get started on that right now. Give me just one little second, okay? I'm not going to put you on hold either, but I'm going to have to get one little thing out of my way here, and we'll get started in a hurry.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I kept looking at my clock. I said, man, it's already, 12 minutes after.
Well, I thought you told me that if I didn't hear from you by the middle of the day to get a hold of you, that I would. And so, but I was trying to get a hold of Mr. Cummings to commend him on the response that you got a hold of me the other day. So,
well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. A lot of people wouldn't do that. You couldn't reach him or what?
No, not on this Cisco answering service. You got to type in his name, and then you got to leave a message, and I've done that, but.
Okay. Well.
Go ahead and do whatever you was doing, and.
Let me close up this envelope. I have what I try to do is every time I have to deal with a veteran about one thing or the other, I make sure that one case is closed, and then I start the next one, because you can get into a hell of a ball of rubber bands that'll snap you if you don't keep it together.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me get out of this. Hang on, just one second. Put the phone down.
It even happens to us vets. You try to make a presentation or explain something to somebody, and it gets misunderstood.
Yeah, that's true. So let me get these things all put together. I'm going to have to open Phoenix back up again, and then I'm going to give it a good look. See, I don't have all the tools when I work from home that I have here when I'm on this computer. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to jump out of this guy and drop it down and drop it down. I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm in 6 different sites right now, trying to put stuff together. So let me see. We're going to Phoenix here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a good memory.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good one. Check this one out when I get this thing started up in a minute. One time my mom tried to explain to me how a person can make sure they have a good memory. I said, okay, so how you do that? And she goes, well, I put a little string around my finger. So one day she had a little string around her finger. I said, what is it you're trying to remember? She goes, hell, I can't remember. I forgot.
Hey, John, though, seriously, I wish I would have wrote down the name of the person that I talked to when I normally get letters, okay, or of this concern. Normally, I try to handle it immediately, normally. Now, on 6/8 of 2018, I really wish I would have wrote down a guy's name, and maybe I called the other number that's on the form by making payments arrangements or whatever, and then people didn't understand what that decision was of zero, you understand? So they were going to get back to me, but nobody ever got back to me until I got the letter from the Treasury going, they're going to go in and take out money out of the Social Security and my OPM, little bit of money.
That just kills me, man. That just kills me. Because I'm gonna see if I can't completely eradicate that, but it's gonna have to take me a little minute here, okay?
That's okay. I'm just saying it would have never came to this late in the time frame, but.
Go back into transaction history, and what I wrote down was here. Let's see. And when was that? Did you say that happened in June that you?
Yeah, June 8th of 2018. This year, yeah.
How did you get a hold of that waiver form? How did that come to you?
That came to me U.S. mail.
And somebody just mailed it to you? And then you mailed it back in?
No. The decision came from the...
No. How did you get a hold of the original waiver form? How did you get that? Who instructed you how to get that?
Well, it says here that recommended you establish repayment plan, and the enclosed VA form of 4107 explains your procedure and appeal rights.
Okay, that's not where I'm going. When you first got that piece of paper, that form 5655, how did you get it? Where did you get it? Who instructed you on how to get that? Because you don't have those around your house, I know that. Now you had to go on a computer, or somebody had to send that to you.
Now that I don't, that my memory is shot. I don't remember how.
All right, because see, if I had sent that to you, I would have put a note in your file that I did that. That way they could follow me. But there's a lot of people around here that don't believe in paper trails, I guess, because there's nothing in there from... I went all the way back to December 15th of 2016, which is a hell of a long way back, and I saw nothing in there except the notes that I just put in. So now that's history. Now let's get started on the beginning here. All right. And you just got that letter on that...
June 8th.
On June the 8th?
Yeah.
That's gonna be long gone. That's 3 months ago. All right. Now, I'm looking at this thing, and I'm going to back up here, get out of this side because I can save that, and then I'm going to go into looking for... We have you at 0% service connected for an inguinal hernia and limited motion of your ankles, so we got 2 of those. And that takes care of that. No mission data and final for this patient. And then go to page 6. And it indicates that you were in the military from 9/71 to 8/75. Honorable service discharge. Okay, and then I'm going to go up to...
I'm still here, but hang on 1 second, John.
Sure, go ahead. I got you. No problem. I'm thinking out loud here to keep you kind of knowing where I am and what I'm doing here. Okay. Spacebar enter. 2018. 2. Okay. Now I'm going to put you on hold for a second, okay? Can I put you on hold a second there, John?
Yeah, hang on 1 minute. Go ahead.
That's okay. I'm going to put you on hold for a second, all right?
Yeah, okay. I was going to tell you, I figured it out, the financial status report. I don't know who told me how to get it, but I did get it off the internet.
Okay.
Okay.
That works for me. Okay, so tell us what. I'll hold on here and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. I am going to recall that bill right now from cross service. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that bill off, because we have you showing the date of your test. That's February 1st, 2018. Somebody dropped the ball, and then you went as an outpatient. Let me go to number 1 here. You went to outpatient, and that was starting 3/12 for several things, and they adjusted all these things. They did this, they did that, the other, and no one looked up to see that you were means test exempt. So because of that, I'm going to write the debt off. You don't owe anybody a damn thing.
Well, I really do appreciate it. And how do I get a copy that you're writing this up? Can you email me that, or how do we work this out? Because I want to make sure that come the first of the month, that when I go to check the bank and they got their money, then how do we get it back?
Well, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to send you what they call a forced print statement.
Okay.
And then I'm going to send you I can't write you any letters. I'm not authorized to write letters.
Okay.
The upstairs manager, so to speak, the directors and managers and stuff. But what I can do is I can send you a forced print statement indicating that you have a zero balance. It's going to take a little bit to do, but once I put this order in, matter of fact, sit tight, my friend. Don't you go anywhere, because here's what's going to happen right now. Okay? I'm going to drop this guy down. Then I'm going to go to cross servicing. And I want you to the reason I have you on the phone with me is because, and understand I'm saying this, even though I'm busy and a one-legged man in a fanny kicking contest, it behooves me to keep you here so you can hear that I did this, and you can, if it ever comes up and says, hey, no, that never happened. Oh, yeah, I did. I was on the phone when the man did it. So,
well, I wish you would take your retirement and try to enjoy life. But you told me that.
I'm enjoying this, doing exactly what I'm doing right now.
Okay. And one other quick question. See if you can help me out or direct me how to get to this help problem. Since I'm a veteran, I thought veterans are supposed to have rights to government jobs.
It's not right. You have to have a qualification to get a government job. And like myself, when I got here, I wanted to get a government job. Well, I wanted to get into the accounting department, but they didn't have any jobs open at the time. So what I did is I put in for a job as a janitor. And I got the janitor job, and then once I got in the door, I got to figure out how I could make my move to get to the accounting department. And now I'm in the accounting department because I had to wait, but I had to clean crappy toilets and wash floors and things for a while. And just so you know, at one time I was a vice president of the 4th largest bank in the state of New Mexico. And
wow.
I had to take a job as a janitor because I didn't have the qualifications that they needed at the time, and they didn't have the job I wanted. So no problem. I got it. I'm right where I wanted to be. It's
Well, the reason I'm asking is because I used to be work inside the United States Post Office in Cleveland, Ohio. I injured myself at home. And then I took disability because they kept wanting to terminate my employment. I told them, no, you're not terminating my employment. I'll take disability. And I did, and they approved it. And because I had 14 years. But what I wanted to ask you is, I'm trying to get back in to the career that I had, even though it's changed over 30 years. And I've applied on their portal, and I did everything that they wanted me to do. My documents, my DD-214, my SF-150s, and yada, 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 yada. And they keep denying me. Basically because of test scores.
Actually, what's happening here is this. If you want to get back in, you do not do your own resume. You go to a veteran service officer or a resume writer for the VA, because what happens is, if a person doesn't do those things, I've had that happen to me several times. When I was doing my own resumes to get jobs, I'd fill it out, and I would never get a call back. No, a referral is what they call it. I would never get one. And I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. What was happening is I did not know how to write a government resume, and that's what the problem is.
Okay.
If you get someone to get you a resume written under the considerations of how a government jobs.gov resume is written, don't be surprised if you don't get a job.
Okay.
Don't do it yourself. You know, the thing is, you have to know what they want, and they have to want what they see.
Okay.
And so take care of that. You can go to the American Legion, the VFW, Vietnam Veterans of America, any number of those deals at those military veterans clubs. You go to any one of those guys, and they'll have a resume writer there, and they'll try and help you get it done, and then they'll send it through. And still, that's not a guarantee. I know a woman that has a master's degree in medical coding, and she was having a hell of a time getting a job here until somebody wrote her resume for
Wow.
her.
Okay.
So go that route, okay?
Yeah.
And now listen, I have saved this record on you to recall this debt, and I'm going to keep an eye on this thing. It's going to take a few weeks to get that done, so let me back out of this guy. I'm going to just drop that down, leave it there for a while. Okay, now I'm going to go into your file, and then I can't write this deal off today because we don't have any control over it. They have to give it back to me, and then when I get it back, then I'll be able to write it off. So I'm going to make notes to your file right now and indicate that you and I spoke today, and that I spoke to my lead man, and my lead man said, yes, this is how that goes. Go ahead and bring it back so you can write off the $278.80. I can't even suspend this debt. Let me see if I can do that with what I got here. Okay. Suspend.
Well, now, wait a minute. I got another real quick question. I'm sorry to bother you, but the Treasury already added their 35% collection fee in there, too, right now.
Well, then they have to give that back.
Okay.
I don't see that it's on there. If they haven't debited you yet, they haven't added it.
Okay.
That's what I'm understanding.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Try and get this bill so I can do that and see if it works. Okay. Okay. That didn't work. Garrett out. Garrett. P-E-N-E. Okay. Bill. Number. Copy. Paste. Okay, it says, that's exactly what I thought. It goes, bill has been referred to cross-servicing. No transactions are allowed. The recall process must be utilized prior to performing this function, which I already did. So that's all. I'm just making sure that you knew what I knew, that together we know the same thing, okay? So now that's what's happened. So I send it for recall. As soon as I get it back, it'll come to me, and I will decrease the bill, and it'll go away. Now, the next thing, in the event that something should happen, if you see money coming out of your account, write this date down, and of course you have my phone number. You call me back, and we can get that money back for you, I'm sure. Okay?
Okay.
And, we'll figure that one out as best we can. But I've sent the recall notice in. It should be, today's Wednesday, it should be out by Friday, and they should be getting it back. But I'll be monitoring this situation, and I want you to call me back next Wednesday so that we can check it. But as soon as it comes back to me, I'm going to take that thing apart and throw it away.
Okay, thanks, John.
Okay, write down today's time and today's date that we spoke.
Yep, today is September the 12th, and then Arizona time, I don't have the time in front of me right now. It is 9:32.
Okay, so now if you get any phone calls or anything else from Treasury, give them my name and my number and tell them, listen, they're recalling that. That was their mistake because I am service connected. I have an exemption on means test, not service connection, but means test copay exemption.
Okay.
And that we're recalling that. For that should give you some comfort, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Hey, no problem. So glad I could be of service to you.
Okay, thanks, Sean.
Sure, bye-bye.
Bye.